Hey everybody, what's going on? Emo Tempest here, and we are up on the next From Nightmares card of the week. And this time it is Yuna. So Rochelle's here to tell us about it. It looks like this is the buy a box promo from the set. So every box you open should have one of these full arts right on the top of it. It's not the worst one. We've had Yunas in the past, but this one's pretty interesting. I think we're gonna enjoy it. Before I get into the meat and potatoes down here, let's go ahead and read the card. So Yuna is a 3-cost forward, category 10, goal wings, job goal wings. And when Yuna enters the field, choose a forward your opponent controls. If its cost is equal to or less than the number of category 10 characters you control, put it at the top or bottom of its owner's deck. When Yuna enters the field, at 5 damage, you may search for a category 10 character of cost 6 or less and play it onto the field. So, it's not a bad effect. It's very simple, very straightforward. It's doing a little bit more of the water thing than I can see of a wind thing here. For a multi-element card, I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't have like some kind of activation. Also, for a multicolor thing, I'm also surprised there isn't no like absurd like power creep here, right? So I guess it comes in the 5th damage. I know wind and water don't have too many damage 5s effects, so this is kind of refreshing. And not to say they don't have any. Obviously, you know, we usually dance around 2 wind or 2 and 3. I'm sorry, 3 damage. I believe it's mostly for the monsters and stuff. But now this could be changing the way we address or we attack when playing against wind water. I'll be honest for you, being as I played a lot of wind water last night, I was hoping for something a little more generic, but this will have to do. We'll have to make this work. So Rochelle goes on to talk about you know, all the ways you can play this with. We just got all of these from the starter over the last set, and then it has 2 searchers. So getting category 10 characters on the board isn't going to be a problem. I agree. Between the Shinra and the brother, it's fairly easy to get this turn 2, and ultimately at that point, 2 costs are officially like going to the bottom of the deck. So that's a nice way to look at it. This Lulu gets back your Yunas, right? So this is being able to play this towards the late game at 5 damage is also risky and dangerous now. So I like that very much. This one also searches Yuna, and this Titus benefits from having a Yuna. When she goes to the breakdown, you draw and stuff. So also talks about some of the older ones. I know Rochelle is a big fan of the Gold Wings, and so I'm glad she got to reveal this one. But this is yeah, these are some old ones. These are oldies but goodies, right? I know there was a while where Gold Wings were such a pain to deal with, and she mentions here that they're very good in title, or you know, this is going to be a standout deck in title, and I believe it too. I think I've picked my title deck for side events at Crystal Cups. I'm sorry, excuse me, Materia Cups this year. And this is going to be fun, so it should be ready for that first one in Orlando. And yeah, and then some of the benefits you can do from setting things to the top or the bottom. And mostly the top, obviously, is just get away with stealing stuff, like with Lonnie, Zidane, and Mind Flayer, which I like very much as well. My interesting thing here is probably how you can make this into a cast count deck, right? Because that's how I'm playing. That's how we played Wind Water around here, and adding Zidane and Mind Flayer are also part of that deck. I don't think the Lonnie's you know the most optimal line, but who knows, right? Some of the things I can think of, it's just, I guess the pros is obviously the colors, and it's a little diversity for that color combination, because we have some weird ones, right? We have the Aerith, we have a Zidane, all name clashers, right? And so this is like, there's nothing different in that regard, right? We have another Yuna. We were just getting used to playing the one from the Anniversary Collection. I know we've seen it in a few decks, like the Twins, the Rydia, and you know, the Knights deck, and something some fire water, anything really fire water has been slowly splashing 1 or 2 in because of Auron. And just, she's not a bad card, and we're just still getting around like incorporating her. So having another Yuna is just such a problem, right? We have so many good ones. And you know, obviously this lends itself to its own deck. And I'm hoping that this new set provides more gold wings at the moment, like you know, new Pain, new Riku, you know, the different job classes that they had. I'm surprised they haven't done that, right? Like Berserker. I mean, in the last set we got a whole new Yuna, Riku, and Pain, all using the Machina, the Albed versions of all of them or whatever, right? The Pain was in her big red thing, in her big red machine, and then the Riku was Earth this time, and then Yuna was Ice. So yeah, again, like I said, the biggest thing here is name clashing. The card effects are decent. I like them. You know, just being able to remove problems, and you know, 3-8 is above the curve still technically. So I guess it'll work its way up. It really just mostly depends on what else the 10 deck can provide. Where I don't think this will be L3, right? Like, I know we don't talk about it enough, but I'm still optimistic that there's going to be L3 this season, somewhere along the lines, even if it's the championships. Even though they said mostly standard and stuff, I'm still optimistic. Things will change, right? Things are always subject to change here for this game. And so it kind of rules her out, because once this set comes out, we lose the starter deck. And it'll become quite difficult to use the gold wing thing or the 10 character thing. Even though we just got Waka, Len, I can show you some of these here. Yeah, we just got Waka, Len, Kimari. Some of the other ones, we have the Titus, 16, 17, 18. I guess no, right? Well, we're on 16, 17, and 18 now, so it would be 17, 18, 19. Yeah, we would lose all the starter cards. We would lose Sin. We would lose... I don't know if the anniversary collection would stick around, but we'd lose Tros. We'd lose Kimari. All we would have is Len, Waka, and this now, and whatever anything else comes through. And that's just that, right? Like, you know. But all in all, this card isn't too bad. Again, the pressure that it does right from the beginning is good, assuming you're able to open up a backup, a 10 backup. And so, yeah. Let's see. And it says, next week Kageyama will be back with who uses Warp in an exciting way to herald their turn. Not sure what that means, but we did get the Prish revealed to us, which I'm concerned it might be the Prish, so we might see how that works. If not, exciting to see a new Warp card. That's it for me, guys. What do you guys think about this one? Are you hoping for more gold wings this set, more 10 stuff, or are you just not interested in this at all? Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you next week.